Hi there, I just thought I'd take a moment to introduce myself since I'm on a new site here. My name is Randy Winborn. Now you probably noticed that the account name for this video is a wee bit different. My legal name is Kerry Warren, but my actual name, my real name, my heart name is Randy Winborn. I probably explained it somewhere on here already, but growing up, I was Randy because my middle name is Randolph. And in my advanced boot camp, which was several years back, God gave me the name Winborn, so Randy Winborn. That's the name that I hope you'll come to know me by, since you guys, I hope, will be my brothers heart to heart. Can you tell I live near an airport? You hear that? Oh well. Just a small airport. This, I do smoke cigars. And this is a Monte Cristo Classic. I have never smoked a Monte Cristo. Heard about them, but they're a little too rich for my taste. They were on sale from cigar.com a couple weeks ago, and so I ordered 10. It was all I could get, a limited 10. They're Churchill size, as you can see. They're supposed to be really good. We'll find out. It feels nice and moist. Anyway. Now normally when I make these videos, I have a glass of whiskey or something of that nature, but I've had to give it up again. And I think for good this time. Let's face it, we're all getting older, and I drink that stuff, I just wind up putting on weight. I live in Idaho, Idaho Falls, which is God's gift to me. Grew up in the South, where it was hot, humid, every bug imaginable tries to suck the blood out of you. I'm not going back there. So now I live in the high mountain west. Relatively thin air, dry conditions almost all the time, much cooler, and the bugs don't bite, amazingly enough. My dogs here have never had one flea, not one tick, in the, 15 years we've lived here? A little more than that now. I was a member of the original war room at Ransom Heart. I was a latecomer. I didn't start in 2005 or 2003 or whenever it was they started it. And I was kind of sad when it was abandoned. It's been difficult to keep up with people of similar hearts. You have to do it long distance. There's basically nobody around here. This is a majority Mormon community. I've got observant Mormons on both sides. My son married into a Mormon family, and he converted to become LDS, which just is perfect somehow. You know, it's funny, he complained when we were younger. I guess we were in stage one, my wife and I, the first half of your life, where you're in the church and you're doing all the stuff, and you feel like the more times you go to church, the more things you do, the more holy or pious or righteous or whatever you are, closer to God you are. So we were still in that stage, and Chad, as a boy, my son, complained, and still complains to this day, about how he had to put up with that. So he gets his freedom, he leaves home, he marries a girl, and the next thing you know, he's signing up and being baptized to the most, I don't know, doctrine-oriented, works-oriented religion that I can think of around here. Let's just say what goes around comes around. So he's raising 4 children now, so I'm getting my revenge every time I see them give him problems. Now, here real soon I'm going to start the calling intensive. I'm doing the online course because I live so far from the East Coast, taking a motorcycle ride to Minnesota or Georgia or North Carolina or whatever, that's just too much. I'm sorry. It takes 3 hard days of riding just to get there. And you're talking 6 days of riding to get there. It just isn't worth it. And I'm not going to fly. I'm sorry. I don't fly. I'm a federal employee. I've had security clearances my whole life. I've been in the military for 10 years. I just refuse to be treated like a criminal by the TSA and then like baggage by the airline. So they can all go out of business for all I'm concerned. So, I'm not going to fly. Taking the bike, Sonia back there behind me. Taking Sonia just too far, I'm afraid, even though she is a touring bike. So the online intensive is, I was really blessed by seeing that offered. And I can't wait to start. I read the first chapter. And I'm starting in that first exercise, which proved a fair amount more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It talked about you were supposed to list in one column things in your life that brought you joy in life, and then in the other column things that did not. And you know, I don't usually think in those terms, so I've kind of been letting it rattle around in my head all day and then writing down something once in a while when something occurs to me. I certainly I couldn't just sit down and, you know, put it down right off the top of my head. I enjoy making these videos, and I enjoy talking, writing, and exchanging thoughts with brothers online. Not just any website, but places like the Base Camp or the Old War Room. So I think this is going to be really good for me. Last night when I was working out, I put on the headphones again. I have these radio headphones my wife gave to me. And I listened. On the resource page, there's this interview with Vern Heidman, you know, Sasquatch. And I actually met Vern once. I can't remember if it was, I think it was at an advanced, might have been boot camp, I can't remember, but I met him once. And this big guy, you know, he leans over me and he gets, you know, real close in my personal space, which I like a lot of it, being an only child. So it left quite the impression. But I got to hear an interview with Vern and got to learn some things about him that I didn't know. You know, he went over to Israel and he's been helping Pablo out with some videos over there. But I got to listen to that, and there's a whole series of them on the resources page of interviews and whatnot. It was great. I mean, I did my workout. It was like no time passed. So I think that this is going to be a good place for me. I hope that I wind up being good for you. I'll try not to make too much trouble, although, you know, for me, any of you out there who know me, well, we'll see. Anyway, I've smoked enough of this to tell you that even though it's listed as a mild cigar, it's got good flavor. It's not bitter like a 5 Vegas Classic or Padilla. It's smooth. It's got a lot of flavor to it. I was a little concerned about this Connecticut style wrapper, this light wrapper, because usually I don't like cigars wrapped that way, but I have to say it's a cut above, so you might want to look on cigar.com and get an account on cigar.com, because they'll email you specials that they won't even list on their main site. And this was one of those specials they emailed me. And so if you're a cigar smoker, that's a good place to be, in my opinion. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully it won't irritate you too much with my videos. Take care.